Yo, we just people from the north side. Once the Timmy's hit the shore fine. Winter ready on the full ties. Heavy traffic during 4-5. Gotta hustle on your own time. Color people every port side. We just people from the north side.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your host, your boy, George Mackay, back here again for another Straight Talk Wrestling. And man, do I got a good one. I got a lady who I've been in communication with on and off for the last couple of months, but we finally locked a day down. I am so excited to speak to her. Please help me welcome the fallen angel, Fallyn Grey, to Straight Talk Wrestling. How are you?
I'm great. How are you? Thank you for having me.
No problem. Thank you so much for giving me the time. Listen, anytime somebody says yes, I'm super excited to have a talent on the show that I can showcase and help maybe help the people over here in Canada who may not know your stuff too well discover a new talent, which is awesome. So
thank you.
No problem. So I actually discovered you and you're facing one of your arch nemesis, if you will, Brittany Brooks. Mm-hmm. I had her on the show a couple months ago, and in doing my research for her, I discovered a couple of you fantastic ladies, and you were one of the ones that I discovered, and I just loved. I was in love with the look. I love the angel wings, and not only are you a wrestler, cosplayer, songwriting, we're getting into all of that, but your promos are insane.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it.
So I guess that's the first thing. Let's talk about your promo skills, because I mean, your wrestling is great. We'll get into that, but I got to talk about your promo skills, man. You are no fucks given, straight up.
Thank you. I it's something that I'm really good at, just because I grew up a theater nerd, so I've always been an actress. Like, I guess that's where I get that promo skills from.
I love that. I love that. The one I enjoyed the most is you had the match there on March 1st. I don't know the results yet because over here it hasn't been posted, but you're still the champ, so I'm assuming you retained.
No. No. That one, BB got the best of Fallyn Grey in that one. But don't worry, because Fallyn, Fallyn is not, she's sort of a sore loser. So but the thing is she doesn't really get petty. I mean, she can, but she gets even. So on March 22nd, we're doing a tag team match between me and Chris Evans, and then Brittany Brooks and Chubby Depp in a steel cage match. Titles on the line.
All right.
And Fallyn's not gonna let that title out of her hands there.
Well, I love that. Okay. So then now I have a timeline for this interview. I've got to drop it before that to help AWF get some additional promotion on that for sure. But the promo that I'm talking about was leading up to your match at March 1st, where you pretty much, the one line you said that I was like, damn, she went there. You were like, you're pretty, I'm petty. You're Barbie, I'm vengeance. And I was like, holy shit. She went there, and she went there hard. And then you guys were going back and forth on Instagram. And I love that you two played off each other so well. And it just made me in Canada. Now I'm hoping AWF post that match soon, because I got to see it. Even though I know the outcome now, I got to see it. I got to see the story unfold.
I have the highlights posted on my Instagram. I have yet to upload it to YouTube. Okay. So I'll stay eyes open, because I'll get that there on YouTube soon. But yeah, thank you so much. The line that you're thinking of, it was you're pretty and pink. Yeah. I'm vicious and gray. Yeah, that's what the line was. Yeah.
With fire. When I was like, damn. I was like, it was incredible. But I want to talk about, I guess, the origins of the fallen angel, if you will. Mm-hmm. So you, like I said, in your bio, you're a singer, you're a songwriter, you're a theater nerd, you're a cosplayer. When you got into the world of pro wrestling, what made you want to gravitate towards Fallyn Grey, to this fallen angel type character? Because this character can really play both sides, because you're in that gray area, if you will. Yeah. You can go to the light, but you can also go to the dark, which is, I get the whole concept of Fallyn Grey. But why the fallen angel? What was it about that you were like, this is something different? Because when I first saw you, before I dove deeper, as soon as I saw the wings, I'm like, oh my God, she's like a Valkyrie. I'm all about it. She's like a Valkyrie. But then I realized it was the fallen angel side of stuff, but still very juxtaposition and very similar in ways. But what was it about the fallen angel that gravitated you towards that character so much?
Okay, well, I really like the fallen angel aspect. One, I am, religious. So like, I love, I'm Christian. So, but the thing is also, I really gravitated to it because my whole life I have been, I struggle with something called borderline personality disorder. And, I found it throughout my life where it's hard for me to like, think everything for me is really black and white, which is crazy because my name is Gray. So that in itself has always been kind of like something I always kind of like played off of. I'm like, I have to live up to my name just to be more in a gray area. It's just really hard for me to. But like a fallen angel basically is she's very pristine and she's very kind as an angel. But the thing is, like something happened where, she was banished. She also has this dark side to her. But the thing is like she's neither good or bad. She is just gray. The thing is, it's just that when she is bad, she's really bad. And when she is good, she's really pure. So I just related to that character a lot. I found myself in it just because, some things that I can do in life, or like in certain situations, I'll find myself, intending a certain thing, but coming off a different way. I've always struggled with the whole black and white thing. So I thought maybe a fallen angel would be great to represent that because it represents rage, but it also represents misunderstanding from, an angelic, just a sweet person, So that's what I liked.
I love that. No, I love that. I love that. And I love even in the pictures, like you can see some of the art photos that have been taken. There's a picture of you with the wings and an all white dress, and you're like reaching out for the camera, and it's very soft and it's very simple. But then there are other pictures of you when you're in the gray and you have the angels in the background and your gear is white and black. And
yes.
And again, the whole juxtaposition. So all the little Easter eggs that go into it are very, very cool because there's so many layers to this character. And me having the film school background that I have, I mean, I went to the Toronto Film School, so I understand that all the little Easter eggs that you're putting in there. And there's so many different avenues you can explore with this character and so many different layers that you could be like an onion. You could be peeling this character forever, shedding skin, becoming reborn. This is almost like a very Undertaker-ish because it can go in any different direction that you choose to take her, which is super special.
Yes, and I'm so honored that, like you're noticing the little Easter eggs and stuff that I do because with every photo shoot and every time I get a promo pic, and every time I make a post, it is a little bit of like, a little hint or a little backstory of Fallyn Grey. Like this character is more than just, a wrestler in the ring. Like, this is a character that people gravitate towards because I put a lot of effort into her backstory, into those little Easter eggs. So thank you for paying attention to those. She is she's both black and white. So thank you.
No problem. So when it comes to the Arizona Wrestling Federation, I mean, you had the fourth longest title reign. I mean, Vivian Van obviously having the 591-day title reign, but you're right up there underneath J-Rod, who had the second longest. And then there was somebody else who just had 4 days shy. You were at 234 and they were at 238 and you were almost top three.
Oh, yeah.
But to have the representation of, I guess, the top 5 longest title reign, that's got to be something special for you, considering the matches that you had to defend it, like the street fights that you went through and all these different avenues, you were able to come out on top for so long. And 234 days is an amazing title reign. But now that you're in the top 5 longest title reign, how cool is that to be cemented in kind of that legacy?
I honestly did not even realize that. So thank you. That was some really good research that you did. So thank you so much. But yeah, now that I know that I'm in the top 5 of the title reign, that's such an honorable thing to like, given the opportunity to have. Like, that's amazing. I'm psyched at that. Thank you for telling me. I love that.
No problem. I'm glad I could surprise you. I went online and I searched up AWF, and cage match is great for these little details. And I mean, it might be off by a day or two, but yeah, you're up there. You're top 4 or 5 for that title reign. So that's pretty special. But I want to talk about, I guess winning it from J-Rod. Like, I have seen J-Rod in action. She is fantastic. She is cerebral. Yeah. She is dangerous. She's a powerhouse. Yeah, but I watched the match with you and her, and I got to be honest with you, you went toe to toe. You matched the power for power, the strength for strength, and I can
Aw.
see why you came out on top because it was just incredible. It was one of my, next to the street fight, it was one of my favorite matches that you had in your title reign. So
You think
talk to
so?
me.
Thank you.
No problem. Talk to me about preparing for somebody like J-Rod, because that is a special kind of opponent that you have to prepare for.
Yeah. Okay. So, working with her was such a privilege because she is such a huge deal. Like, she's a great wrestler. And I was really honored because, I'm super, like, that was only my first year wrestling still. So I was really nervous, like, when I was told that I was going to be, like, getting the title. I, I couldn't believe it because I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm not even ready for this. But, she helped me structure the match, and we both went over it, and we both, it was really fun collaborating with her. It's fun to collaborate with a wrestler who also, she has such great ideas, and the fact she was able, like, also to take the lead, as well as my trainer Chris Evans, when we put the whole match together. It was great. But yeah, working with her, it's fun because I'm so small, and the height difference between us is so fun because, like, her whole thing is she was a baby face, so she's tall and she's like super good. My whole thing is like, I'm small but I'm a pit bull and I'm really hot-headed and stupid, so I'm just gonna come at you. Like, it was just super fun watching our characters clash and working with her. She's a genius. She's so strong, and since I'm so small, she's able to freaking catch me and do all those She-Hulk moves. I love her. Working with her was great. That was the first match I ever worked with her, and I saw her again over in California, and this time it was a little bit different. I was watching her against Alec Gracia, but in California I was a face and I was facing someone else, and in California she was the heel. So it was so fun watching her because I'm so used to seeing her as a nice guy. And it's funny because as I was, I study her. I was watching her match, and I think she noticed I was there because as she was beating up Alex Gracia, she turns over and looks at me and she's like, "You're next." And I'm like, "Oh my God, I love it." This is a full circle moment. But yeah, no, working with her was great. It was fun. I love J-Rod. She's great.
Absolutely. No, she is absolutely fantastic. She is definitely a badass incarnate. But
Yes.
you know what? You mentioned the Pitbull aspect, and yeah, now I see it. I do see it. The early stages of that match, you were very Pitbullish. You were like, "I'm coming. I don't care. I'm going to run through you." And oh, okay, wait, she caught me. Oh, okay. Now it's going to hurt for a few minutes, but I'm going to get back up. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
So in terms of the Fallyn Grey character, like, you've been to Cali, you've established yourself in Arizona, and I'm sure you want to reach out to other states that I haven't mentioned. Have you ever thought about coming over to the Great White North? Have you ever been approached yet by a promotion out here? Because I think that Fallyn Grey character could do some magic out here with some of the great talent that we have in Ontario.
Oh, wow. Thank you. I actually have gotten a couple emails from different people. I have two different people who were asking if I was interested in wrestling in Canada. The only thing is that I don't have my passport yet. So I was like, yes, just let me get my passport, and then, however long that takes, I'll see you in Canada. By the way, I want to apologize. My bird, she's chirping like crazy in the background. She's in that house, so I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I got a small little Maltese poodle upstairs, and I'm the only one home right now because the wife and the kids went out to dinner. So
Yeah.
she's upstairs freaking out because she's scratching on the door because she hears me down here, and she's like, "I want attention. I want attention."
Aw,
And I'm sorry. She'll have to wait. She will have to wait.
Yeah. But I'd love to come down to Canada, though. I definitely have had it on my mind, and the fact that I've gotten two different people interested, I'm like, dude, this is like I've only been wrestling for like a year and 4 months, so I'm super privileged to be getting these, to be noticed in these opportunities. So, but yeah, you'll see me in Canada one day for sure.
Amazing. Well, I work for a couple of promotions out here, and I've already told the promoters out here, HWE, and I've mentioned also to New Frontier Pro about you. So
No,
they may reach out as well. I did. I told them. I said, "Listen, I'm going to be sitting down with this girl, Fallyn Grey. I'm going to be dropping the episode in a few weeks. You guys got to check her out." I said, but I sent both of them. I said, "Here's her Instagram. She's got a great look. She's got a great feel. She can cut incredible promos. They are HD and up to date. So don't worry. I've been repping Fallyn Grey out here. The only thing I ask is that when you get out here, you have to let me know where so we can actually meet in person, take a photo, and then maybe we could do another live interview in person."
Done. Oh yeah, thank you.
No problem. No problem. So back to the Fallyn Grey, I guess, character and stuff like that. Now we know that you're no longer the champion at Arizona Wrestling Federation. Brittany, she got the best of you, but you're gonna get that steel cage match coming up. This is gonna drop a few days before that, so we're gonna get you as much promotion on that as possible and AWF. But prepping for a steel cage match is a different beast. As we saw yesterday on Raw, Seth Rollins, CM Punk in a regular match, and then Seth Rollins, CM Punk in his steel cage. Very different layers of storytelling. Is this going to be, I mean, you've done street fights, so you're prepared. You know that a steel cage is pretty much just a smaller space that you can use the entire ring as a weapon. So knowing what you could do in a street fight, are you preparing yourself or changing some of your arsenal to go into that steel cage in order to, I guess, maximize the amount of pain you can inflict?
Yeah, I think the only thing on my mind is just being as violent as I possibly can with my environment. Yeah, just so I'm definitely, since, I'm a bad guy and when I'm in the ring, that's the moment Fallyn Grey, goes from very queenly and whatever, shut up worms and peasants to very, all right, now I'm locked in and I'm about to mess you up because if there's no blood, it's not fun. So, I'm just basically, I'm just super excited. I've only ever been in a steel cage once, and it was kind of like a Royal Rumble, King of a Cage sort of thing. So I wasn't in there for very long, but I got choke slammed and power bombed. It was super fun, but you'll have to just tune in, and you guys will have to see the video afterwards of how I get brutal. I just can't really go into much detail yet, but I promise you'll see the bruises and you'll see the evidence when I post it.
Yeah, the scars will live on those bodies for years and decades to come once Fallyn Grey is done 150%. Now,
yes.
I want to switch gears to your songwriting. I haven't really checked out any of it yet, but I believe some of it is available, right? I could search you up on iTunes or stuff like that. Is it available? I couldn't find anything anywhere, so I wasn't sure.
It's so funny. So I actually I only have one song I ever produced on GarageBand, and I have that on SoundCloud. Now it's it's different, but the thing is I play piano. I'm self-taught on piano and I'm self-taught on ukulele, but it's a baritone, so it sounds like a guitar.
Mm-hmm.
I have all of these songs because I think I write all of my promos, and I've always been into literature and English. So I write a bunch of poetry. I write a lot. It's really good for my mental health. So I have a plethora of songs that I just, I play. I mean, I'll play it to close friends. I used to play it at folk festivals and all that. I'm just super I'm also a perfectionist. So I will post clips. There's one on my Instagram a while back before I even was a wrestler, and it was called a song called 17, and it was me playing on the piano. I have a bunch of different songs. I just haven't really posted them or really gone. I mean, I've tried producing on GarageBand and all that, but the thing is I'm such a perfectionist that if it doesn't sound the way that I intended it or wanted it to sound, then no one's gonna see it. It just sucks though, but all of my close immediate friends and my family, they know, and I sing them my songs. It sucks because I should just post them. I should just, and not even care if they're not perfect, because my songs are they're like tear jerkers. Like I said, I've always struggled with, mental health, and from a perspective of, just a sweetheart who is super, is kind of troubled and has a bunch of emotions. My emotions are too big for my body. So all of my songs are just very emotional, but also some of them are badass. It's just, that's where I am with my songwriting. But I love doing covers of musicals too, so I should definitely start posting more. I've just been wrestling and really locking in on the training, and I'm getting booked places, so it's really just a hobby for me at this point. But I would love to, share that with the world one day, especially when I have enough money, maybe to hire a producer thing, so they know what they're doing, not just me.
Yeah, you can hire someone with all the big board, and you can be like, what are all those switches for? That's really just for show. You only need these four right here. That's all you need, these four right here. Yeah. That's it. The other half of the board, you don't need to worry about it so much. It's just there to be so cool. Look at this big board. But really, I only need these four. You're fine. You're
Yeah,
good.
no clue.
Well, you know what? I hope you do share it with the world someday. But hey, you know what? I'm okay that it's not the focal point right now because wrestling is where it's at for you. You're killing it. Like you said, you've only been in it for a year and 4 months, and you've already done some pretty amazing things in your career and faced some pretty amazing opponents. So the more you get booked, the more people will recognize how special this character is that you've created. And I'm a big fan of, like, I love 80s wrestling, 90s wrestling, where it's very character driven. You know, now it is still very character driven, but it's character driven by name. You know what I mean? Seth Rollins, you know, Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, Roman Reigns. Everything is just, it's this a name, and then we developed a character kind of around it, but it's not like it is now. It's not so theatrical. And I miss
Yeah.
that aspect of pro wrestling. And I think that's what Fallyn Grey does so well, because Fallyn Grey kind of brings back that theater a little bit to pro wrestling, which is what I enjoy. That's why when I saw your promos and stuff, I was like, yeah, I gotta get this girl on the show. You guys, you could see the messages. I kind of harassed her a little bit. I'll be honest with you. I'll be like, listen, I'm not giving up. I'm going to keep sending it till you respond. And she finally did, and she's here and she's enjoying it. So it worked.
I'm glad that you did. Sometimes, you know, like I get super busy, so I'm so sorry, but I'm really happy that I'm here. So thank you for, you know, giving me the opportunity, and yeah.
No problem. A couple more questions. I'm going to let you go enjoy the rest of your evening. But when it comes to, I guess, Fallyn Grey, and we know what's next at Arizona Wrestling Federation, but what are your short-term, like, kind of, I guess, goals or things that you've set for yourself this year that you want to, like, fulfill? Are there other states that you're considering going into? We already talked about Canada. You have to get the passport, all that stuff. I get it. But are there other states that you want to tap into or that you're hoping to debut in soon that maybe you're in contact with?
Yeah. So get this, on March 20th, the day before my 21st birthday,
Great.
I'm going to be in New Mexico wrestling in a triple threat, my first ever triple threat against Natalia Markova and Angelica Risk. So that is a huge thing. I am so freaking, you know, blessed to have that opportunity. It's with the NWA and Duke City Championship Wrestling. That's on my radar right now. So I'm just studying a bunch of triple threat matches, you know, getting some good psychology down. And then let's see, I also, in April, I am booked to make my Dreamwave debut in Illinois.
Hey, I know Dreamwave. Those guys, that's a good promotion. That's a great.
Yes, I am so excited for that. And even and for that, you think my wings are cool now? These wings I can actually travel with, and they're retractable. So I'm gonna come out as soon as my music hits, and then they'll be down, and then boom, like a machine kind of like comes up. Like,
wow.
It's gonna be super dope.
Yo. All right. I like that. Okay.
Thank you.
So we're gonna hit a couple big states. Like Illinois is huge for the wrestling, and then of course New Mexico. That's exciting. And Markova is a talent. I have actually been able to call one of her matches. She wrestled for HWE out here, Hamilton Wrestling Entertainment, and she is phenomenal. She hits hard, but she's phenomenal. But I have a feeling that you're going to surprise her. I believe in that. I believe you're going to surprise her. So don't underestimate yourself in that one. I think you'll leave a big impression over there. If not an impression to her, you'll definitely leave her with some bruises. She will remember you. I guarantee you that.
Oh, that's so funny. Well, thank you. Oh, by the way, I forgot to tell you this. I totally name dropped my song on SoundCloud, but I didn't tell you the name. It's called Options, and you can find it under Graylin Rain. Fun fact, that is my real name, Graylin. So it's like fallen, you know, Graylin, fallen. Okay, I don't know if okay. I just, so whoever's listening to this now, you know my name, but yeah, okay. I was saying, so Dreamwave. So now I'm in Illinois. So I've wrestled in California, Illinois, and then I'm gonna be going to Texas, and then it's gonna be Arkansas as well, and. Yeah, so I guess I am marking some other states. So I guess I'm just super excited for that. I'm sorry, I totally got off track. We were talking about that. Well,
we were.
I'm so sorry.
We were talking about that, and then we started talking about Markova. Listen, wherever you go, you will definitely be welcomed back with all arms, because you're bubbly, you're sweet, you work hard, and you've got a great look and feel, and you're a killer in the ring. So take it from somebody who's never stepped in the ring, but been a wrestling fan his entire life. I could see the potential that you and this character have. And mental health struggles or not, this gives you a chance to be creative and let some of those struggles out. Like you could change her into any whim. You add like a strip of makeup, you add like a silver line down your, all of a sudden it's something different. Maybe Fallyn Grey is, you know, getting ready to go into battle. Anything that can happen in real life, you can take that and you can let it out through her, which is very, very cool.
Yes.
And
It's great for rage.
it is absolutely great for rage. And you know what? Even with the mental health struggles, everybody goes through that. I go through that all the time. I had the shittiest day at work ever. I came home talking to you, $1 million bucks. So at the end of the day, what's important is the conversations and the lives that you touch in those fleeting moments. So it doesn't matter. The struggles are always going to be the struggles, but it's how you continue to climb out of those struggles and get healthier. And I'm so glad that we're in a space where the world can be more accepting of mental health than ever before.
Yeah.
It is a great time. It is a great time in the world where everyone could be a little bit accepted, because before it'd be like, you know, I have this. Oh, that's taboo. We can't talk about that. But now you can say, listen, I struggle with this. I'm 42 years old. I've struggled through depression, anxiety my whole life. I had the shittiest childhood ever, but I'm an amazing father because I know what I went through. And I'll be damned if I ever put my children through what I went through as a kid. So it's those experiences that make you stronger and make you a better person.
Yeah, it shaped you. So I'm so glad to hear that. You know, it's all about, it's all about the things that you overcome to make you the person and a better person you are today because of that. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
And I think that the same has happened for you. I think struggling through some of the trials and tribulations that you have with the personality disorder, you've been able to come out on the other side stronger. So keep that going and keep that fight and keep allowing that to come out through Grey, because she's very, very special. Graylin's pretty cool. Grey's special.
Aw, thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you.
Oh, no problem. All right, my final question, and this is a big one. This is a big one. Okay. Fallyn Grey is special, like I said. And I feel that Fallyn Grey should kind of have her own special stipulation type match. We're not ready there yet, but I feel like Fallyn Grey should have something like a street fight, but we call it Highway to Hell, or, clipped wings match, or something crazy that if Fallyn Grey had her own stipulation match, like Undertaker's casket match, what would Fallyn Grey's stipulation match be?
Oh God.
The tough one, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to think of something, angel like wise. So that's a good way to put it. So he had a casket. What could I do? Okay. It's kind of whatever. I mean, but it's like, there's like the money in the bank thing. Yeah. Like, what if it was a halo at the top or something, or I don't know, or
yeah.
And then it's also in a cage, maybe, I don't know, fire. I don't know. That's such a good question. But now the next time we have an interview, I will know what to say. But yeah, I got to think of a stipulation match. That's super cool. I've never thought of it. You
got to talk to you got to be like, Chris, what can we do here? What can I do with her? How can we spice this up? Like, even if you were to have like they used to have the Inferno matches for Undertaker and Kane. I mean, if you did it safely, of course, but if you had like the Inferno matches, but something to do where it ties in like the angel side, but with hell, like I fell from heaven, but I'm going to drag you to hell type thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
See, the wheels are turning.
Yeah, it is. I'm frustrated. I can't even answer that because I'm like, there's so many good ideas and I just need to land on like one of them. And yeah, so thank you for asking that. They're really turning now.
Well, you know what? Keep the wheels turning. And when you come back with the stipulation match, we'll be able to have the part 2 of this conversation, because now I can officially let you know you are a member of the Straight Talk family. Okay. Anytime you want to come back, you just hit me up and we will do this all over again.
And you're part of the Angel Army, so thank you.
I am actually. I joined the group the other day, so I am part of the Angel Army. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
No problem. Before I let you go, please shout out your socials so everyone can keep up on everything that Fallyn Grey is doing.
Yes. Okay. So on my Instagram, it is Fallyn Fallyn _Grey. So that's my Instagram. You can also find me on Facebook at Fallyn Grey as well. And for bookings and all of that, or if we want some merchandise that you see on my Instagram story, you can go ahead and email me directly at thefallengray@gmail.com. And yeah, you can also YouTube me, and I'll be posting some more matches soon. So thank you guys so much.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this one. This has been a great conversation, and I guarantee you there will be a part 2 down the line.
Oh, yeah.
From Fallyn Grey and from your host, your boy, peace, love, and wrestling. We will see you next time. Peace.
Yo, we just people from the north side. Once the Timmy's hit the shore fine. Winter ready on the full ties. Heavy traffic during 4-5. Gotta hustle on your own time. Color people every port side. We just people from the north side.